Hi friends, welcome to Her Home and Harvest. My name is Alana if we haven't met before. Happy November. November probably looks a little bit different here than it does in different parts around the country because it's nice and sunny and bright. But I just wanted to give you guys just a little tour of what's going on in the garden, and it's going to be probably quicker this month than previous months because I don't have much going on. It's mostly fall stuff, just barely getting started, and winter stuff, same fall and winter stuff, and then the Christmas, you guys, I'm so my brain is just so scattered today. No, the summer stuff is being ripped out, so we have a few things that we need to just clear out. I already did quite a bit in the last week or so. We had a really good rain about a week ago, and so everything is very well watered, but a bit messy. So I'm just going to show you around what we have to do and just kind of see what the garden looks like here in November in Zone 9B in Southern California. And yeah, we're going to do a few things afterwards because I want to get some seeds started and some things cleaned up. So we'll see what we get to, but let's just dive right in. Here is the kale, which you can see is still doing well. This has been growing since the spring. Something is really enjoying it. Next to that, we have a bunch of zinnias that are doing great. I'm always harvesting zinnias. These guys are really pretty and huge. I've been enjoying them. I know they're more of a summer flower in many places, but here they apparently grow year-round. Up here we have our avocados, which are enjoying the wet soil from the rain that we got. I have ripped out pretty much everything that was growing up this trellis. We had watermelons, we had butternut squash, we had pumpkins. The pumpkins never did anything, for anybody wondering. But I do have one little tiny baby butternut squash that I've been leaving here because it wasn't quite ready, but now it is. My nail can't pierce it, and it looks a good color, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this. This is the size that they're pretty much supposed to be. They're baby butternut squash, they're not regular butternut squash. So we're gonna cut that off and get rid of all this. Just a little patch of green onions left. There's all this extra soil, or new soil, that is a long story. That there's a video to come about me putting in some new planters, so tune in to that video if you want to know the story behind all this extra soil. Pluots and the apples and the peaches are starting to lose their leaves, so getting into the cooler temperatures. I'm still enjoying the California wildflower mix. The zucchinis are all gone. There's a bunch of zucchinis here. The bell peppers were here. I do actually have one more bell pepper that I've left in. These are tomatoes, which I have left in because they're really, I don't know, they're thriving way more than they were but when I originally planted them. So there's tons. Let me just kind of show you, like most of them, not gonna show you all of them. And they're gonna take forever to ripen, but I don't care. I'll let them sit there. The sun is right there. And it's like noon, maybe closer to 12:30-ish. And this does not really get hardly any sun now that we are moving into the fall. So pretty much everything over here is gonna slow down growing, but I'm gonna leave the tomatoes to kind of give them a shot and see what happens. Same with the bell peppers. Eventually I'll come in and pull these out. The poblanos are doing great. I'm gonna leave them until we get to that tomatillo salsa, and then we'll come and pull a handful of these for making the salsa verde. Same with the jalapenos. They're doing fine. Might come pull them when we make that salsa verde, we'll see. The tomatillos these are pretty much done. There's a few that still need to be harvested, but like some of them are just dying off before they get to that point. Like this one. This one's ready. I don't know if you can see that. It's very full. Like I'm not able to squish it at all. It's nice and tight in there, as opposed to, let's say, this one where I can squeeze it. That one's not ripe yet. So I might get a couple more off this plant, but I'm not expecting much. The cayennes are still doing good. I have a couple on here. There's more down here. I just got a handful of cayennes, and then I will probably leave this to just see what it does over winter, but I'm not expecting much. These were potatoes that I planted, and then I just filled this in with soil the other day. So they were a lot bigger than that. These are more cayennes. There's a few on there, same as the other one. I'm just gonna let them sit and see what happens. The lemons are doing good, turning yellow. There's one little caracara orange up there. We'll see what happens with that. This is the Thai pepper, starting to lose all of its leaves in the cold weather, but still some Thai peppers. And then we have another big patch of zinnias back there. These mandarins are starting to turn, so I'm pretty excited for when we get to harvest those. The limes are, you know, trying to do something, but no limes on that. More dirt. The basil taken off all over the place. It's definitely not doing anything other than bringing in pollinators at this point, so we're gonna take that out just when we have time. This is the overwintered jalapeno, which I'm probably gonna try to overwinter it again. The oregano, another pile of dirt. This is a sad story. This was beautiful. It was a huge bean plant, and when we were filling up this, I accidentally broke that. So that's another bean that I don't know why. These two were planted at the same time. I'll show you another one on the far side that is much larger. I don't know why this one isn't growing very large. Eggplants, still very prolific, despite my not really wanting to eat it. Okay, so here's the other bean plant. If you can see, it's doing fine. And actually, look, there's a little tiny basil that managed to survive in here. Here's another little basil. Here's a bunch of basil that went to seed. Here's another bean. You can see that it's starting to flower. So that's exciting. Gonna have some beans, maybe in time for Christmas. This just needs to be pulled out. It's a tomato that's basically dying. This is one of the to-dos. My plan is to pop off a couple of these pups and plant them in some of those big planters we had. Oh, back there, I'm working on a project. This is a soil sifter. Ooh, gross. I just touched that. Ugh. This. Check that out. I was wondering why my dill looked so sad, and now I know. That's disgusting. So I'm probably gonna come in and trim this back. And then here's a whole bunch of cilantro, and then a couple of carrots, which actually I wanted to pull one of these now because they're looking, some of them look small, like this is still pretty small, but this one I looked at earlier looking pretty big. So we're gonna go ahead and yank this one out and just see. It's probably really short. Oh my gosh. Oh. Yeah, as expected, really short. I think there might be one more. That this one looks pretty good too. I'm just trying to give these other ones space. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it. Why not? Oh yeah, and that one's tiny. All right, there we go. We have a little snack for when we get inside. I forgot to mention the sweet potatoes. It's hard. I don't think it's showing up really well in the video, but they are starting to yellow. And I think my plan, I was debating on coming in and pulling these out today, but honestly, I think I'm gonna wait a week or two before pulling these out, and I will probably post that on Instagram. So if you're interested in seeing what I get out of this, it's a pretty large grow bag. I think it's a 10-gallon grow bag, and I put probably way too many slips in here. I think I put 5 or 6 slips in here. So if you're interested, I'll post that on my Instagram, which also is Her Home and Harvest. So we'll see what we get with that. I also wanted to show you guys these. I just got them at Home Depot. They were on clearance for $1, and I figured even if I can't keep them alive, which I think I can, mums usually do pretty good here, but even if I can't, they'll be pretty in the meantime, don't you think? And then we also still have the pups that we planted, and this is a little pot of chrysanthemums that I got back in April. Somebody gave it to me as a gift, and it's thriving. Okay, so this little butternut squash plant only gave me 5 butternut squash this year, but it was my very first time growing anything like this, growing winter squash, I guess specifically, and I was pretty happy with my tiny little harvest. They're super cute and they're delicious and cook up way faster than the full-size ones. This kale was eaten so much, it was so damaged that I just basically pulled off anything that was looking really gnarly, and I just composted that in the meantime. I did not get to everything I wanted to get to, so I did not get to planting those pineapple, but I just kind of had to give myself grace that I didn't get everything in for November that I would have liked, and you know, things happen, and I can just plan to do better in the spring and get started with what I can now, and then just, do the best that I can with what I've done so far. And this is just a quick reminder, save those nursery pots because you can reuse those. All right, that is it for November, or at least today. All I got was the 1 butternut squash, the 2 carrots, and I did actually go ahead and grab a cayenne. So that's pretty much it, because it started getting hot. Oh, I did plant the mums, so I hope you saw that. And yeah, I'll see you guys in December. All right, bye.